Hey, Luke.
Hey,
Can I talk to you about something very important?
yes, tell me all about it.
Actually, I just want to do a phone review or product review.
Oh, okay, cool. What do you got?
I will talk to you about the Shure AONIC 40.
Ah,
These are headphones, wireless,
mm-hmm.
noise canceling headphones, over ear.
Okay.
So over ear is the kind that literally go over your ear,
Mhm.
where on ear kind of sit on your ear.
Yeah, these are like the big cups,
These are big old cans.
big isolation.
Yeah, you put them on, you feel like it's just you.
Yeah.
And everybody else is drowned out.
Mm-hmm.
They retail for about $250.
Okay.
The last couple of times I've checked over the last few weeks, they run about 200.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is a temporary or if that's the new price for them.
Sure.
So they're about $200 right now.
Mm-hmm.
These are available in 2 different colors. The pair that we received are considered white,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like a little bit of a gray accent, or
Okay.
kind of like an off-white
Yeah.
for the foam padding and the band that goes over the top of the head.
Okay.
These are nice.
Yeah.
You recently checked out a pair of their earbuds.
Yeah, they AONIC free.
Yes, and we had also been using the MV7
Yeah.
microphone. So
Yep.
Shure knows its stuff
Yeah.
when it comes to audio.
Yeah. They've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, and I would say that these are another winner, another
Yeah.
solid. Yeah, these are I like these quite a bit, and I think mostly because they give you the not just the quality, but the app experience that kind of comes with that.
Sure.
You don't always get that in headphones.
Yeah.
Or it's becoming more common, but it's not an everyday thing.
Yeah, it still kind of feels like some companies are an afterthought on that.
Yeah.
And this is the Sure Play app, right?
Yes, same one
Yeah.
as that comes with the or that you could download for free for
Yeah.
the other Shure brands.
Yeah.
And in here you can go in and set different settings, and that includes equalizer.
Mhm.
So if you want to punch up the bass or the treble,
Sure.
drop one of them out. And then there's also a setting for listening at a lower volume level.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of amplifies things in a different way, so that I don't know if you've ever listened to music in a car. You drive around, and if you got the music down, listening to it, it doesn't sound good.
Sure.
And you might as well just not listen to it,
Sure.
because
It's all kind of one range,
Yeah.
and it's like it's hard to tell what's happening even.
Yep.
Sure.
And it's almost annoying to people. Like, I know my wife will say, "What do we listen? What is like? You're not hearing everything.
Right.
You're hearing only the things that's kind of coming out at this volume level."
Yeah, we're trying to talk, so I have it to turn down. But if we turned it up, it would sound great.
Yeah. And if you're done talking, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the settings of this. You can also go in; those are presets for the equalizer. But there's also manual settings if you want to kind of dial things up.
Oh, okay.
Like
Dial it in for
physical-
yourself. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Support for multiple codecs.
Nice.
These have the Qualcomm aptX or aptX
Mhm.
and the HD. There's also AAC and SBC codecs. So if
Nice.
that's something you're into or important in what you're listening to, this has support for those.
Nice.
This has about a 25-hour battery life,
Okay.
which is pretty good on a full charge. If you put it on a charger for about 15 minutes, you're going to get about 5 hours of playtime.
That's awesome.
So if at 25 hours, you figure that's 5 a day on a work week.
Yeah.
So if you factor in a decent commute, maybe lunch break, or just some time in the evening to yourself, you're charging these things maybe once a week.
Yeah.
And then when you do, 15 minutes, half hour, you're basically kind of constantly keeping yourself from running out of juice.
Right.
On something like
Well,
that.
I think of sometimes when you're traveling on trips, you have that, whole morning or half the day is travel, and you're trying to listen to stuff on the plane. If you forgot to charge, because we've all done that, you get on your trip and you're like, oh man, I only got a couple hours left, between flights or whatever. You can just throw it on the charge for 15 minutes and get you the rest of your trip.
And the same if you're one of those, you're sitting in the back seat of a car.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, all right, things are starting to wind down here. I'm going to get into my book.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Plug those in and charge them up in the car and then throw them on, and you'll have as long as
I don't want to listen to Dad listen to The Wall for the 100th time. I'm putting on my music.
I'm listening to The Dark Side of the Moon. So these are nice. I really like them. I do have a little bit of a complaint in terms of I don't make them sound like they're cheaply built.
Okay.
But I do notice that there's a little bit of a creaking to them because of like the way the plastic is along the connection point.
Yeah.
And then also on the top, like sometimes you can kind of, if you bump or feel anything, now this is rare that this happens.
Sure.
But if you have to make an adjustment or two, you will hear that kind of like creakiness in the sound, or just over your ears.
Okay.
But once they're on, I mean, they are very comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't experience any type of fatigue from them. The shape is a little different. They don't look like normal headphones where the kind of band comes onto the side or the center.
Yeah.
It kind of like wraps to the back.
Right.
But it does allow for them to kind of fold in.
Oh,
and they're comfortable to
Okay.
have. So if you're, taking them off and dropping them over your shoulders.
Yeah, they'll sit around your neck pretty easy.
Yeah. So I like them. They're easy to use. The buttons are kind of simple, intuitive to kind of figure out. These are a great, well-rounded pair of headphones. The noise canceling is another thing you can mess with in the app. There's I think they call it transparent mode. I had a environment mode.
Environment mode, yeah.
So you can adjust that within the app. So if you need to listen to what's going on, if you're listening to music and you still want to be included in the conversation.
Sure.
Or if you're at the airport waiting for them to call your seating, you can pick that stuff up in the background. Active noise cancellation, you can also dial up and down to your needs.
Nice.
It can get pretty strong. It feels very like when you turn it, if you go from like high to low, it's a very kind of like, oh wow, there's definitely
a little bit of space opens up.
Yeah, something's going on here that I wasn't aware of because when I turned it on, I put these on. So there's definitely when it does the things that it says it's doing, it's very noticeable at those things. So yeah, these are the AONIC 40. Nothing extremely elaborate or crazy. Nothing where I'm like, hey, this is the most compelling thing I've seen in a long time. But for about $200, they are, I would say, worth that price point.
Nice.
You're not getting into premium audio. You're not getting into high-end stuff, but you still feel like you're not getting a cheap pair of headphones.
Sure.
And I would imagine these would last you for more than a few years if you take care of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Shure AONIC 40.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.